So it's time to start classifying cars. Again, I'm not going to do this every time, but this time I thought it would help. So the red dots are going to Oakill. They don't have to be put in any certain order. I just need 5 cars in a train to go to Oakill. The Oakill Industrial Railroad has to sort them out once they're there. The blue dots are for basically the yard side of Douglas Avenue. It's wherever in Union Spring, and the yard crew sorts them, or basically blocks them into order that the switcher needs. So they're not sorting cars out, blocking the main line, doing all that. So actually I have numbers on those. So that the number represents the car closest to the engine. So the number 1, that's going to Union Spring, spot 1. Number 2 is down there, that's going to go to spot 2 in Union Spring. And the other 3 cars go to wherever. And the green dots are on the other side of Douglas Avenue, and there's 6 cars down there. Again, going from the engine first is how I numbered them. And they are, remember, they will be pushed to that side of Douglas Avenue instead of pulled, because those are all facing point switches if we were going to run the train normally. So I'm going to use the NW2. We'll try it. We'll see how it does. Again, all these cars have been weighted, and they all have a spring on one axle so they don't bob. So we'll see if the NW2 can handle it. If not, I'll have to go back to the GP7. Okay, let's start some switching. So the priority for the crew is to get the Oakill train out on the road. They've got about 110 mile round trip plus all the switches in Oakill, so we want to get the crew out first before we worry about the Douglas Avenue crew. So we're going to get the Oakill cars sorted first, and if we can combine stuff and get, do a little bit of work on Douglas Avenue, we will. You see there's 3 cars at the end of the train there. We're going to pull out, we're going to put them on the passing siding. Narrating this on Saturday morning in Georgetown. Beautiful morning, but it's been a really wet and cool week, so I'm waiting for it to dry off so I can mow the grass, because it has really grown. So the NW2 didn't really have any problems pulling the cars. Did stall a few times. So when that happened, I sort of cleaned the track and need to clean the wheels on it, but it wasn't too annoying, and I edited it out so you won't see them. Walking past the Garden Railroad, you might hear the pond running. We did have a good frost last night, but forecast is supposed to warm up this week. A lot of times I'll sit on the back porch and narrate these, but the back porch is in the shade at the moment. It's still a little cool this morning, so I'm wandering around the backyard in the sun. Got the weeder in my hand and dig out any weeds I happen to see. All right, so you notice the sticker on the white tank car. So that means that's going to go to General Chemical. So instead of just putting it back on a yard track, we'll just go ahead and couple it onto the General Chemical covered hopper, and they're in the right order. Again, we'll combine operations if we can, but the priority has to be the Oakill train. So the two cars on the end are going to Oakill. An empty hopper or gondola for Chillicothe scrap. And I'm not sure where the boxcar is going to. Probably Ohio Fiber. So we will put them on the passing siding with the other three cars we just put there, and then the Oakill train will be built and ready to go, except for the caboose. Now we're just going to place these cars on another track, and we will go pick up the caboose so we can call the Oakill crew to get them on the road. Be glad when I get the lighting balance in place, so I don't have to mess with these shadows. So that blue boxcar is not going anywhere. It doesn't have a destination on it. So we'll just stash it on another track before we go get the caboose. Actually, I meant to put it on the track with the two other cars on it. I threw the wrong turnouts. So We'll just put it on this empty track. Because that tank car and the covered hopper, you can see they don't have a destination either. Hopefully, JMRI has plans for those in the next train. They're not just going to sit in the yard forever and take up space. Now we're going to go grab the caboose. We'll just use the one on the end there. A helicopter flying over. Haven't heard any trains today. A pretty quiet morning on Norfolk Southern. All right, so we've got the caboose on the train. Now we'll just back the yard engine up and we'll go get the GP7 to head to Oakill. Now in reality, you know, all this is going on at the same time. The yard engine would keep switching, you know, but with the one-man operation, you're just going to see it piece by piece. After we couple onto the train, we'll follow him a little bit as he heads out of town, but then we'll end the video here and we will pick up next Saturday to continue building the Douglas Avenue trains. My wife is very pumped up about the eclipse. We're not in totality here. I'm going to stay home with the dogs, but she's going to drive over and camp out so she can see the total eclipse. But I didn't think it was a good idea to put the dogs in a kennel because they're both on medications and not doing very well. So I'll stay here, work, hold down the fort while she enjoys the eclipse. And I think her son is going to go too with her and her son's girlfriend. So hope everybody has a great Saturday or Sunday. As always, stay safe.